Hi guys, today we're gonna do self-pip listening part 6, listening for a viewpoint. Let's get started.
So we're doing part 6 today specifically, which will be, of course, the most challenging part of the self-pip listening test. A couple things that are specific to part 6. You're going to hear only one speaker talking. There will be no visuals at all, so you're just hearing the one voice, and that person is going to deliver a report. Now, the report itself is going to be on a controversial social issue. So what that means is that the topic that's being discussed is going to evoke different reactions from other people mentioned throughout that report. Some people will support the ideas discussed, and other people are going to oppose them. So it's up to you, the listener, to realize and decide who is in favor and who is opposing the social issue. So the speaker that's talking is going to identify the people by name, and they'll usually tell you who these people are, what their job titles are. So you're going to want to listen for that type of information and then really capture the opinion that they hold. That's the whole point of listening part 6. So remember, again, you're only going to hear that report play one time. It will be about 3 minutes long. So it's going to take a little bit of concentration, I think, to get through the entire thing. You will be taking notes throughout that 3-minute segment, and we're going to practice doing that today, so you'll see exactly how it feels. Approximately 6 questions are going to appear after that audio has finished playing. And it will be your job to use your notes to help you answer the best choice from the answer list. So the answers will be pretty much multiple choice type. And we'll answer 2 practice questions today together, just to get you started. Remember one last time that listening part 6 will noticeably be the most challenging part of the self-pip listening test. So when you begin this test and when you get to part 6, before you even hear the audio play, you will have a small introductory statement that's going to at least introduce the topic to you. So that's what you're looking at here in the blue bar on the screen. This one says you will hear a presentation about a controversial bill being proposed to reduce jail time for prisoners. So you now have a much better idea about what the speaker is going to talk about in total. As you're just getting ready to listen, it's wise then to get your pen and paper handy. I would encourage you to take notes in a chart that might look something like this. So you know that the speaker is going to tell you about at least 2 people's opinions regarding the topic. There might even be a 3rd person mentioned. So if you can create a very quick chart like this with, say, 3 columns in it, you'll have lots of space to start writing down the opinions and ideas that each person has about the topic being discussed. So hopefully you're writing this down at home right now if you wish to practice with us today. Now, a quick word about note-taking before we listen to the audio today.
Okay, прокручу. Okay, are you ready? Let's go.
Here's your chart. This is the chart that I used and took. This
on freedom, Paul Carter.
The main details presented. All right, let's listen to this 3-minute lecture and we'll see how the note-taking goes. Here we are.
A new bill proposed by Paul Carter from the New Democratic Party is bound to stir a great deal of controversy. Mr. Carter, who represents a project called Reading for Freedom, proposes a novel way to approach jail terms. Some prisoners would be able to shorten their sentences by up to 36 days a year by reading books. Inmates in provincial prisons in Ontario would receive 3 days off their sentence for each book they finish reading. They could choose from a selection of 12 works of literature, philosophy, science, and classics, such as Shakespeare and Tolstoy. But reading alone would not be sufficient. In order to demonstrate that prisoners have read and comprehended each work, they would be required to write an essay that must make use of paragraphs, proper grammar, and spelling. Prisoners' access to the program would depend on the type of crime they committed, and also prisoners' behavioral record after incarceration. The key purpose of the project is to reduce conflict among prisoners and encourage personal development. Though innovative, the project has already met strong opposition from politicians, law enforcers, and the general public. Many wonder how reading novels can genuinely prepare prisoners for real life after being reintroduced in society. They ask how reading Shakespeare could help the prisoners find jobs after prison. Finally, some, like Evelyn Breach, a political science student at the University of Toronto, questioned how fair the system would be for those who are already disadvantaged. People who did not have access to proper education in the first place, or are not fluent in the English language, would not be able to read these books. This would be unfair for many Aboriginals and immigrants. According to Evelyn, the program does not give equal opportunities to everyone and could further